secret stir in you, dear traveler, who found the Darkhour Diaries. The scarcues serve you, and the visitors, well, they stay forever.
Most people just need one thing to die, a bad decision. Grigori Rasputin. He needed poison, bullets, beatings, and even then, people weren't sure he was really gone. Russia, 1916. A country balancing on the knife's edge of revolution, and in the heart of it all, a mystic with wild eyes, a tangled beard, and a hypnotic presence. Grigori Rasputin. Depending on who you asked, Rasputin was either a holy man or the devil in human form. Rasputin wormed his way into the Russian royal family, the Romanovs, by claiming he could heal their hemophiliac son, Alexei. And when the Tsarina saw her boy recover after Rasputin's prayers, well, she saw a miracle worker. Pretty soon, Rasputin wasn't just healing, he was influencing politics, decisions, and the crumbling empire itself. To the nobles, Rasputin was poison. They believed he was dragging Russia down with every whisper in the Tsarina's ear, and in 1916, a secret plot was born. Rasputin had to die. Prince Felix Yusupov, a spoiled aristocrat with a flair for the dramatic, invited Rasputin to his palace late one December night. They offered him cyanide-laced cakes, washed down with poisoned Madeira wine, a deadly buffet. And Rasputin, he ate the cakes, that he drank the wine, that he chatted happily. Nothing. No convulsions. No gasping for air. Felix started panicking. This guy wasn't dying. Finally, Yusupov grabbed a pistol and shot Rasputin in the chest. The mad monk collapsed. The nobles cheered, but as Yusupov leaned over the body, Rasputin's eyes snapped open. He lunged. Rasputin staggered out into the snow, wounded but alive. The conspirators chased him, firing 2 more bullets, hitting his head and back. Still, some accounts say he tried to crawl away until they beat him with clubs. Finally, they tied his body and dumped it into the frozen Neva River. When Rasputin's body was found, autopsy reports hinted he may have still been breathing when he hit the water. Weeks later, the Russian Empire collapsed, the royal family was imprisoned and later executed. Maybe Rasputin's prophecy came true: if I die at the hands of nobles, the Tsar will not survive more than a year. Before he murdered Rasputin, Yusupov, a wealthy aristocrat who married into the Romanov family, lived a comparatively aimless life of privilege. Nicholas' eldest daughter, also named Grand Duchess Olga, worked as a nurse during World War I and criticized Yusupov's refusal to enlist, writing to her father, "Felix is a downright civilian, dressed all in brown, and virtually doing nothing. An utterly unpleasant impression he makes, a man idling in such times." Plotting Rasputin's murder gave Yusupov an opportunity to reinvent himself as a patriot and man of action, determined to protect the throne from a malignant influence. The best-known account of Rasputin's murder appears in Yusupov's memoirs, published in 1928. The prince claimed to have invited Rasputin to his palace to meet his wife, Irina, who was in fact away at the time, then served him a platter of cakes and numerous glasses of wine laced with toxic potassium cyanide. To Yusupov's astonishment, Rasputin appeared to be unaffected by the poison. The desperate prince borrowed a revolver from Grand Duke Dmitry, the Tsar's cousin, and shot Rasputin multiple times but was still unable to kill him. The murder of Grigori Rasputin, Russia's infamous Mad Monk, is the fodder for a great historical tale that blends fact and legend. But the death of the controversial holy man and faith healer had a combustible effect on the tense state of affairs in the last days of Imperial Russia. A group of Russian nobles conspired to kill Rasputin on December 30, 1916, in the basement of the Moika Palace, the St. Petersburg residence of Prince Felix Yusupov, one of the richest men in Russia and the husband of Nicholas II's only biological niece, Irina. Rasputin's battered body was discovered in the Neva River a few days later. Maybe Rasputin was a villain, maybe a victim. Or maybe some forces are just too strange for history to explain. Subscribe if you love digging up the secrets history tried to bury, and remember, not everything stays dead.
Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it, see you next time.